it is Jade Joe. Happy Sunday morning. It is September 26th, 2021. I am going to have a little relaxing Sunday because I'm going to have a crazy week starting on Wednesday. I am crewing for a show at USC, which means I have to go to every single rehearsal. Tech rehearsal, dress rehearsal. They're all between 4 and 8 hours long. It's going to be crazy. It's going to last, I think, like 12 days from when I begin, just because I don't have to go to rehearsal from the beginning of when the actors started to rehearse. I definitely wish that I was in the show acting, but I'm very excited to see what it's like to be behind the scenes and hopefully just gain some appreciation for everything that the crew does in the shows that I do/will participate in. I'm a little bit nervous though, because right now I go to bed around 9 p.m. every single night, and rehearsals always end at least 10 p.m. So I'm a little bit worried about my ability to stay awake and be alert and present in those moments, but I'm sure that my body will get used to it as I continue to stay up later. Today I just wanted to have a relaxing day for me to reset, recharge. Normally Sundays are my rest days, so I don't even exercise. I think I'm gonna go on a run today though, just because last Sunday I was on a walk and there was like no one out on Sunday morning. And one of the reasons that I normally wake up super early to run is because I don't like to pass a lot of people without my mask on. But Sundays, I don't know, everyone's at church or they're just sleeping in. I don't know what they're doing, but I think I might go on a run this morning just because not a lot of people are out on Sundays. The weather doesn't look that pretty. It's very cloudy. And the weather app says 63 degrees, but I've noticed that there have been many times where the weather app says that it's 63 degrees in Los Angeles, and then I go outside and I'm like, this is not 63 degrees. This is my to-do list for today. Very simple, not too stressful. I'm gonna go on a run. I'm gonna do some yoga on the roof. That's been my new thing. So I love to do yoga outside, but again, I hate wearing my mask when I'm exercising, and so I've just been doing yoga inside my apartment because everywhere outside in Los Angeles there's a million thousand people. But I figured out I can do yoga on my roof, and it's outside and no one else is on the roof. So I've been doing yoga on the roof. It's been actually really nice. Eat some breakfast. I'll show you guys my favorite oatmeal recipe that I've been having so often. Then I need to do a little bit of homework. I was planning on getting my full essay done today, but I wrote out plan essay because I think that what I'm actually going to get done is just kind of a layout of what my essay will be when I decide to write it. Then Sundays I always use to reflect on my week and plan for the next week, and so I will definitely do that today. I have this little planner that has these questions for me to reflect on my week, and then obviously in my planner I can plan out this week and just write out everything that I have. I want to do laundry, but the thing is, for me to do laundry, I have to have coins, and apparently there's a coin shortage in the US. That's what it says at every single place that I go. It says try to pay it in card because we don't have any coins to give you, but I can't do my laundry without coins, so I've been trying to find places that will give me coins for my dollars, but nobody wants to because there's a coin shortage, which makes complete sense. I need coins. The last thing that I'm doing tonight that I'm so excited about is I'm gonna go see Dear Evan Hansen. I have been so excited for this movie. I can't even tell you. I'm so excited to see it. I won't be able to go to the movie for the next 2 weekends, and I cannot wait 3 more weeks, and so I must go tonight. This will be my first time at a movie theater since quarantine. I hope other people at the theater sing the songs out loud because I know every single song from that musical, and I will be singing along during the movie, so I hope that everyone in my theater is on the same page. I listened to this insanely amazing podcast the other day called Mask of Masculinity with Jason Wilson. It's the Ed Mylett podcast. That's one of my favorite podcasts ever. And whether you are male identifying or female identifying, you need to listen to this. It is so good, and I think that oftentimes when I listen to podcasts about masculinity, they're always like, women can take something from this too because they're around men, so it still affects them. But this podcast, everything they said applied to me as well. You know, females have masculine qualities about them as well, and so when people talk about masculinity, we can all relate, not because we're all around men who are masculine, but because we all have masculine qualities. And I related to this so much. I have a lot of masculine qualities, at least my whole upbringing. I feel as though my masculine side definitely outshined my feminine side, and something I've been working on is trying to get more in tune with my feminine side. I related to this podcast so much, and again, no matter what your gender is, no matter how feminine or masculine you think that you are, you can get something from this podcast. I will link it down below. It was so good. Time to run. Let's go. Okay, I just finished. I ran for approximately 34 minutes. I usually run for like 50 minutes. It normally ends up being around there. I did one less lap around the school than I usually do. And I wanted to talk about that for a second because all throughout my high school experience, specifically with sports, I was taught that you should empty out your tank at every practice, at every workout, you know, go as hard as you possibly can and then be dead for the rest of the day. That means that you did a good job. And I've really had to decondition myself from thinking that because that's not sustainable and you don't need to push yourself to your limit every single practice, every single workout. I could have done another lap, yes, but I was at this perfect happy medium where I felt like I was energized, but also I got a good sweat in and I felt like, you know, that was a good workout and I don't need to do more. But there's always this thing in the back of my mind telling me, do more, always do more. You're never doing enough. And that's just not true. Exercise is supposed to energize you. It's not supposed to make you feel dead for the rest of the day. I have so much more energy for the rest of my day, and I can actually have energy to put into the things that I'm passionate about outside of exercise. I remember when I would get home from swim practice and literally just lay in my bed all day and take a bunch of naps because I was so tired my body just needed rest. It's okay to just do enough to energize you, make you feel good, move your body, and not feel dead at the end of your workout. It's okay. Also, for the last like 10 minutes of that run, I listened to the Cinderella Million to One song on repeat because it's low-key, a bop, and it makes me feel so motivated. I haven't watched that movie and I don't plan on watching that movie, but that song, killer. My mom texted me this morning. She said, waking up in cloudy Marina Del Rey, LA, leaving in 30 minutes to be so close to you but not seeing you. If you ever want me to stay longer in the day, just let me know, miss you. Basically, my dad works here on the weekends. On Saturdays, my mom and dad fly to wherever my older brother, who is in college playing football, has his games, and they watch his game, and then they fly to LA, and my dad works on Sundays, and my mom flies home every single weekend. She said that she's thinking of me, which I just thought was really, really sweet. I decided I'm not going to go to see Dear Evan Hansen anymore. I knew that was going to happen, honestly, but it was a pretty slow morning, which is normally how it is on Sundays, because that's how I like it on Sundays, and I just already feel a little bit overwhelmed with how many things I need to get done today, but I was just really hoping that I could go see the movie. However, I know myself and I know that if I go to see the movie instead of getting things done that I want to get done, I will not be setting myself up for success tomorrow at the start of this week. So I'm not going to see the movie today. It's okay. The good news is if I do wait, then I can go see it with someone. I'm trying to make good out of it. I just want to have a relaxing day, and even though it doesn't seem like a lot to just like drive to a movie theater and go see a movie, that will take a lot of energy from me. I know that might sound a little silly, but it will. It will make me feel a little more exerted than if I were to just stay in my apartment today and just get things done, have a chill afternoon, which is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna make my favorite oatmeal recipe right now, and I'm gonna show y'all how I do it. It's not that complex, it's very, very simple. You know, there's so many like TikTok accounts with, I don't know, vegan recipes or like easy, healthy recipes, and they always look so, so good, but when it comes down to it, even though I save a bunch of videos like that, I know that I'm not actually gonna make those recipes because they're just a little bit too complex for me, or a lot of it too complex for me. I like 3-step recipes, like so easy recipes that are also delicious. So I always feel silly sharing my recipes though because they are so simple, and it's like, why am I sharing that? Anyone can do that. But maybe that's the reason I do need to share them, is so people don't feel so overwhelmed having to eat healthy or eat vegan. They know that it can be really, really simple. People always ask me if I still drink chlorophyll after those videos that I posted. of drinking chlorophyll for a couple months and seeing if I saw any results. And the answer is yes, I still drink chlorophyll. I actually just went to the store yesterday to get some more chlorophyll because I ran out. I have a specific cup dedicated to chlorophyll because chlorophyll does stain. At least every cup I've ever used, it's stained. Wait, I can't count and talk at the same time once I get 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is my chlorophyll cup. It might be a little bit mental, but I have done research on all the benefits of chlorophyll, and I do believe in it, and I do think that it's part of the reason that my skin cleared up, so I might as well keep drinking it. It's not super expensive, at least this one isn't. There are some that are much more expensive per serving, but this one has 59 servings in it, and I believe it was $7.99. I don't drink coffee, so this is my coffee alternative, and for one serving of this, I can't do the math that fast, but it's really, really little. Also, yesterday I went to the farmer's market and got 3 things of blueberries, and I could have so easily eaten them all yesterday. They're the best blueberries I've ever had in my entire life. I honestly was taken back when I had the first bite, and I am so proud of myself for having the discipline to put 2 cartons back in the refrigerator because I love myself so much that I wanted to enjoy it 2 more times. Now I can put some in my oatmeal. I'm so excited. This is the only pot that I have, and even though I'm only gonna cook a small amount of oatmeal, I gotta cook it in here because this is all I've got. I never measure anything. That's a fun fact about me. I have no measuring cups in this apartment. I just eyeball everything, and it normally works out okay. This is always a fun game, trying to get my stove to turn on. There we go. This is totally optional, but I love to add chia seeds when I first put the oatmeal in because if you soak chia seeds in liquid, they expand and they get jelly-like. I don't know how to explain it if you've ever had chia seed pudding like that. So I add this in right when I put the oats in. This is probably the most expensive thing in this recipe. Again, totally optional. It's just a great protein source if you are vegan. You definitely do that. I have oats all of the time because I am hashtag falling on the budget over here. This is a 5-pound bag of oatmeal and I have 2 of them right now. Now while that's cooking, I get a bowl and a banana and I mash the banana in the bowl so that then I can mix in the oatmeal with the banana because something about oatmeal mixed with banana just makes the oatmeal so much better. I can't even explain it, and it's perfect. And then it all mixes up and it's so delicious. And the oats are already done. It takes less than 5 minutes. Now I'm adding it to the banana. But the most important part of any oatmeal recipe is the toppings. That's what makes it so delicious. That is literally what makes the oatmeal what it is. Oh my goodness, y'all. I forgot to put cinnamon in the oatmeal when it was in the pot. How silly of me. Cinnamon is a key ingredient. Wait, y'all, what is going on? I also forgot to add almonds into the pot. I like to add it in when it's in the pot because then the almonds get all soft, and some people like almonds crunchy. I know my dad would hate them if the almonds got soft instead of crunchy, but I love it when they get a little soft in my oatmeal. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Why am I forgetting my favorite oatmeal recipe that I have all of the time? It's been a long morning already. Okay, so far we have oats, chia seeds, cinnamon, and almonds. Coconut. I'm trying to spread this out as long as I can. Like, I've been adding only a little tiny bit to every single one of my oatmeal bowls because I brought this from home and I know that I'm not gonna buy it again at the store because coconut is a little bit expensive as well, so I probably won't be getting this anytime soon, so I'm trying to make it last as long as I can. And I'm really good at doing that. I do that with toothpaste too. I can make a toothpaste bottle, even when it seems empty, last so much longer than you would think. And then of course, peanut butter, almond butter. This one's almond butter. I don't know what it is about this almond butter from Trader Joe's. It's just the Trader Joe's crunchy almond butter, salted. The only ingredients are almonds and sea salt, which is basically the same as every other almond butter that I've ever had. But something about this one from Trader Joe's, I can't even tell you. It's like crack. It is so good, and I don't understand with the same exact ingredients how it can be so much better than all the other ones, but it is. I'll let you guys in on a secret. I can finish an entire jar of almond / peanut butter in 1 week, and I normally do. I just eat it all the time and add it to everything, and it's a great protein source for anyone that is vegan looking for protein. The peaches that I get at the farmer's market is another thing that I really have to be disciplined with, because I could eat 8 peaches in one sitting because they're so dang good. So I try to get ones that aren't ripe yet so that I force myself to wait until they're ripe. My mouth is watering. Another fun fact about me is that I have really sensitive teeth, so I can't eat cold fruit. So I basically don't put any of the fruit in the refrigerator. And when I was living at home and my family would put the fruit into the refrigerator, I would either have to let it sit out for a long time so that it would get room temperature again, or I would have to microwave it. So I've literally microwaved fruit so that I won't hurt my teeth. Some peaches. I spilled like 5 of those. This is the finishing touch. You can't even see the oatmeal right now, but I'm so excited. I'm gonna eat breakfast now. I've been trying to work on mindful eating. It's really hard for me because I've gotten into this habit of watching videos while I eat, and I really enjoy doing that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it definitely causes me to ignore my hunger cues as I'm eating because I'm just focused on the video and not even enjoying the food really. Like, there's been times where I'll be watching a video and then I'll pause it and I'll realize that what I'm eating is not even good, and I just didn't even notice because I was so focused on the video that I was just chowing down this food, and I'm like, wait, this literally has no flavor and I've just been eating this whole thing. So I've been trying to be much more intentional just so that I don't overeat all the time, because I definitely tend to overeat when I'm watching a video and eating. And I also just want to enjoy my food because I make bomb food that is delicious and I want to enjoy it. I never feel satisfied when I am watching a video and eating because I'm not paying attention to the flavors, and my palate just doesn't feel satisfied unless I intentionally focus on the different flavors. I want to feel satisfied after I eat, mentally and physically, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be productive for the next couple of hours now, so I'm gonna let y'all go and I'll update you later when I have something more fun to show y'all. It's grind time. It's grind time, baby. TTYL, XOX. Y'all, I've been working for almost 2.5 hours now. Can I just show you? Look how much I just typed. That is all I did for 2.5 hours. Outline / organize my notes for this essay that I have to. I have to analyze this Shakespeare show that I watched a movie of. And the show was incredible. One telltale sign that a Shakespeare show is incredible is that I had no idea what the play was about, but they allowed me to actually understand it, even though I don't understand Shakespeare. So that was really good, and I took so many notes because there was so much to take notes on. But now I have to turn it into an academic essay, and I don't hate anything more than going into an essay without having some sort of outline, because I will just pull stuff out of my butt if I don't know what I'm talking about, and then I will write pages and pages and pages, get to the end and be like, this sucks, and I literally didn't write anything even though I wrote 5 pages, you know? But I'm really proud of myself. I feel like this is the first time in a really long time that I've sat down for that long without getting up. I have not been able to do that for a really long time because my attention span is in the negatives ever since quarantine happened. The cover of my textbook is a picture from the stage production of Hamilton with the original cast. There's nothing more motivating than staring at this as I'm doing my homework, because that's where I want to be, and this is where I am writing an essay about the design elements of a Shakespeare movie. One step at a time, right? One day, one day. Something else I love to use Sundays for is meal prepping, and what I mean by that is just cooking so that I have food throughout the week that I don't have to cook in that moment, but it will just be ready. So right now I'm cooking quinoa. Again, I only have 1 pot, so I gotta wait, and then I'm gonna cook some pasta so that this week, as it gets busier and busier, I can just pull it out of the fridge and heat it up and eat it. It is a lifesaver. Even just cutting up vegetables and having them pre-cut. 1, I'm so much more likely to eat the vegetables because it's just quick and fast. But 2, it saves a lot of time because I do have the time right now. So as I'm doing my homework, I'm letting this cook and just looking out for future Jada Joe, you know? Y'all, I was just eating my dinner, listening to music, and I just felt so overwhelmingly happy and grateful. I don't know even what spurred it. It was a good dinner, but I just had a moment. I really did. And I do feel so grateful to be here. I wish that I could go back to a year ago and just show myself a little snapshot of my day today and just enjoy my time by myself, because I finally enjoy my relationship that I have with myself. And I'm just so grateful. That's all I have to say. I feel so genuinely happy right now. Yeah. One of the clubs that I'm in has vegan feasts every other Sunday, and I already ate, but I'm gonna bring some Tupperware because there's always leftover. So I'm gonna go grab some food for this week, because why not? And hang out with some people, because I'm in a really good mood right now. So let's walk to campus. Okay, we're finishing this video with a story time of what just happened, because so many things that I wasn't expecting to happen just happened, and I'm gonna explain them because it ended up being a really good night that I wasn't even expecting anything to come of. So here's what happened. So I went to campus to enjoy the vegan feast. Again, I had already had my dinner, so I was just planning on going with Tupperware and bringing home food. I ended up being allergic to the food that they made, so I was like, okay, I'll just sit and hang out with everyone while they eat, and then I'll walk back home. I won't stay for too long. But then, like 20 minutes into it, quarters got brought up, and I need quarters to do my laundry, so I was explaining to everyone that I really need these quarters, and I can't get them anywhere because we're in a national coin shortage, whatever. And this girl across the table was like, I have a million quarters and I will literally give them to you if you come back with me to my house after this. So I was like, okay, yes, I need the quarters, so I'll absolutely do that. So then like an hour passed, everyone was finally done eating, and I went back to the girl's house. We took a Lyft because at USC there's like a 0.5 mile radius where we get free Lyfts, and USC pays for it, and her house is within that radius. So we took a free Lyft to her house. We were at her house. She was handing me the quarters. We were counting the quarters, trying to, you know, plan out how many quarters I needed. And then all of a sudden, these two people knock on the girl's door. So then she goes and gets the door, and it's these two guys that are there to pick up this cake that they left at the house, I guess. So they were picking up the cake, and I heard them say, we're gonna walk back to the village, which is the certain part on the USC campus. And I knew that I had no idea how to get home from the house, but I know how to get home from the village. So I was like, wait, will you wait for me? Will you walk back with me? Because I know how to get home from there. I have no idea how to get home from here. I had no idea who those two people were, but I just did not want to be walking home alone in the dark in LA by myself. So they were like, yeah, of course. We figured out the whole quarter thing, and I started walking back with these two guys that I had never met, but they ended up being so nice. We talked about everything, all of our majors, where we're from, just all this good stuff. They ended up being so nice, and I wish that I got their phone numbers or their Instagrams because I didn't, and I want to be friends with them. Now it is 8 o'clock and I'm back in my apartment. I have a couple new friends. I had a great conversation with some people over dinner and on my walk back, and I have quarters. So the moral of that story is that if the choice is between not doing anything and doing something, you should do it, because I'm very glad that I went and socialized with people, even though I very easily could have just stayed in my apartment. And if that's what I actually felt like I needed to do, then I would have done that. But I'm glad that I pushed myself to just go be social for a little bit, because good things came out of it. And now I can do my laundry. I still have some homework to do, but luckily it's not too late and I can still get a good night's sleep and get my homework done. And overall, 10 out of 10 day. I really enjoyed this day. I'm so grateful to be here. Like I was explaining earlier, I just felt really happy today. And that's not something that I've felt since I've been here, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a lot of emotions, but I haven't felt this genuinely happy and content until today. So it was a good day. Thanks for joining me. I will see y'all in the next video. I hope you have a beautiful week. Mwah.